Hello, everyone. Um, my name is Patrick Osiemo. I'm the Technical Pre-Sales Manager for Eastern Africa. And yes, we do welcome you to the webinar that we are hosting right now. And what we will be doing for right now is we'll be waiting for others, the quorum to keep piling up. And feel free to jump into the poll section and answer the few questions. Should take you just 2 minutes. And yeah, but in the meantime, I'll be playing a video as we wait for the rest to join the webinar. Welcome. Okay, so I hope the most of you have finished the poll questions. I think we'll be jumping right into the webinar, of which the main topic will be uh, or let me say, the webinar for today will be focused on the on-grid solution that GoodWe has launched into the African market, and is actually a state-of-the-art commercial and industrial solution that we've launched into the African market just to handle the African grid, because we're actually being tied to the grid, which is, as you know, a bit of needs a bit of adjustments in terms of product quality and functionality. And the main product that we are, or let me say, the focus of this webinar will be on the GT series. As you can see, it's called the GT series. And yeah, so for this webinar, I'll take you through, I would like to say, 3 sections, because as I keep presenting my webinar, you can jump into the Q&A section of the webinar and post your questions, of which at the end of my webinar presentation, we will be tackling your questions that you forwarded to us. But just to give you a brief, we'll start with the company portfolio, which is the GoodWe company portfolio. Then we'll jump into the GT series that we've just launched into the African market to adapt in the conditions that we uniquely have in the African continent. And I will just showcase to you a few of the case references that we have, there are many case references that we've installed, but I'll just give you a brief of the case reference that we've installed across Africa, a few countries in Africa. So yes, jumping into the company portfolio.
Hey, Patrick. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, so we just received the results for the poll, which we just took the beginning of this webinar.
Uh-huh.
And the results are one, the first question was, what is the biggest challenge you faced on CNI on-grid solar sites? Majority of the attendees have said that the biggest challenge they've experienced is incorrect system sizing for site load, incorrect system sizing, which is followed by grid instability and inverter tripping. That's number two, and followed by inverter overheating or derating. So the first challenge, incorrect system sizing for site load. The second challenge is grid instability and inverter tripping. The third challenge, according to importance, is inverter overheating or derating. The second question was, how confident are you in sizing and commissioning of GoodWe on-grid inverters? Majority of the people are in between. They're very confident and somewhat confident. So thank you very much for filling in our poll. Please proceed.
Okay, for sure. I think that actually focuses on why we've launched the GT series, because we've done a number of research and a number of feedback for the African market. And I think we'll be answering your questions as we go through the webinar. But before we jump into those answering your questions, let me first start with introducing the GoodWe company portfolio. And as you can see, we are top, or let me say our vision and mission basically to focus, or let me say, we are a driving force to move the globe, not just Africa. We have different solutions for different continents, not just Africa, but for this, we'll be focusing on the African continent. We want to move the African continent towards a smart energy future. And in that sense, we are a major driving force because we have noticed that for a sustainable future, we need a sustainable energy source. And in this sense, Africa has a lot of sun, and our sustainable energy source is majorly focused on the sun. So we have a sustainable energy solution for the African market, tapping the sunlight or the sun energy. As a company, we have a lot of, or let me say, a big support staff, not just for Africa, but globally. Over 6,000 employees, over 300 employees globally stationed overseas. We have, because we focus on feedback, just like the feedback we've gotten from you, from the polls questions, the R&D staff is over 1,000. And we focus on this because we keep changing and advancing our products to meet your needs. And you'll see what I will explain how we've advanced our products in terms of the GT series, the Grid C&I, to meet your needs. Apart from meeting your needs and the products that we've launched into the market, we have a number of awards that we've garnered. One of the awards is being a Tier 1 PV inverter manufacturer. That is very rare to get a Tier 1 PV inverter manufacturer. Most of you know of the Tier 1 in terms of panel manufacturing, but same applies with the inverters. GoodWe is a Tier 1 PV inverter manufacturer. So the quality that we offer and the support and the transparency, I think we'll be focusing, I'll explain this more in the upcoming slides. Apart from the quality, the GoodWe as a company has just won the EcoVadis Gold Award. By that, I mean that GoodWe is focused on looking into or releasing products that are beneficial into the environment, and the quality and the work ethics that we incur in the process of manufacturing these products are actually within the standards that is required internationally. So holding a gold EcoVadis awards actually solidifies what we are focused on, a sustainable but still ethically sustainable solution into the African market. Wood Mackenzie, we have won that award, being number one, and Tuve Rainland, basically that's for quality. So quality is a top notch. We offer our products with good warranty, good support staff on all sectors, sales, marketing, technical as well. And yeah, be assured that our products are lasting more than the warranty that you'll be receiving from us. So this is just a brief intro on what we are offering into the market and our presence into the African market. As you can see globally, we are almost in, we are in many countries, but focusing in the African continent, we have the Egypt. We are present in Egypt. We have an office there. In Kenya, we have an office in Kenya. In South Africa, we have colleagues in Nigeria. We have colleagues in Ghana. We are expanding more. We have colleagues in Cote d'Ivoire. We have colleagues in Senegal. Most of the African countries we have support staff. So the hassle and the support that you'll be getting from GoodWe is actually top notch. Manufacturers, we have lots, up to 4 manufacturing sites, so we can tap into markets depending on the demands. We have a number of subsidiaries depending on the continents that we are supporting. This is just to show you that GoodWe is actually present in the African market. It's just a call away. The GoodWe HQ that's based in China.
Patrick,
Yeah.
Patrick, there is a block at the bottom of your screen.
Uh,
Yeah, kindly delete it.
yes, just a second.
Okay.
Yeah, now is okay.
It's at the top of your screen now and at the middle. Yeah, it's okay now. Please proceed.
Sure. So jumping back into the HQ, we just recently celebrating our 15th year anniversary. GoodWe was, I think I'll introduce that. But what you're seeing in front of you is the GoodWe headquarters in China. We boast of manufacturing inverters and batteries in this sense, PV inverters and solar batteries. You can see our HQ is actually top notch. What we have as a manufacturer is our buildings running on GoodWe products. By GoodWe products, I mean the GoodWe inverters, the GoodWe batteries, and the GoodWe building integrated photovoltaic panels. Our generation, as an office, as a factory, we have an annual of over 500,000 kilowatt hours, when we say 500,000 units. Uh, Comprehensively, we are contributing up to 52.18% of our energy generated from the sun. Utilization in terms of renewable, we are up to 34.41%. This is a top notch. Show you how confident we are confident of our products. We're using them within our products, our office themselves, and we are running with our products just to assure you that we give or we offer assurance in what we are offering into the African market. And the highlight of the day today will be the key, tier one, GoodWe being awarded a tier one PV inverter manufacturer. And in this sense, not many manufacturers are in tier one. What we incur or what we portray in terms of tier one is that the service that we offer is top notch. We have local presence in a number of African countries. We are transparent in what we are producing or what we are offering into the market. Whatever product we have or we are providing you is easily, the documents are easily available in terms of data sheets, manuals, quality, test reports, and certificates. All these are available for you for free. We also produce our own products. So GoodWe is not just a PV inverter manufacturer and a battery manufacturer. We also have software solutions. We have GoodWe monitoring and control portal. It's called SEMS, Smart Energy Management Systems. We have commissioning softwares for the GoodWe products. We also manufacture our own smart meters, our own data loggers or controllers. In this sense, we offer you a whole turnkey solution. We have BIPV panels, so we own our own brand. That's the tier one. We are financially stable, so the warranties that we are offering are actually within. Let me say, we adhere to our warranties and many more. So the tier one is actually factored into the African market in case you want quality. That is, if you want quality, then GoodWe is your choice. Quality in terms of service, quality in terms of product. And in terms of the market itself, GoodWe has the capability of supplying up to 35 gigawatt of PV inverters and 5 gigawatt hour of lithium iron phosphate batteries for both the residential and the C&I, commercial and industrial solutions. Over 100 gigawatts of GoodWe products installed globally, over 100 countries as of last year, and this number keeps growing. We have a number of factories across China. We have the Suzhou, up to 4 factories that are actually in play just to support the global market. In terms of milestone, if I may say, there is a transition. We had the exploration stage, of which you can see GoodWe was established in 2010, and since 2010 to, let's say, around 2014, GoodWe was solidifying its presence into the continent itself. And as of 2015 to 2019, we solidified our solution in terms of turnkey solution, the inverter, the battery, the monitoring portal, the accessories and the likes, and we grew. We moved into the European market, we moved into the Australian market, the Asian market, the Latin American market. We have headquarters in different continents. We have warehouses in different continents, just to show you that we are actually present to offer service in terms of pre-sales, as well as after sales, as well as sales, even marketing in this case. Now, since 2019 moving forward, it's just a matter of GoodWe winning awards because we are of top, let me say, high quality. And till now, we are evolving, or let me say, we are evolving the PV market towards a turnkey solution. The whole is, let me say, a one-stop solution in terms of PV product, let me say, yeah, solution. So we have a number of subsidiaries, if I may say. So apart from GoodWe dwelling into the PV inverters and the batteries, we also have a number of subsidiaries. GoodWe also manufactures heat pumps. We have the building integrated PV panels. All these are still within the GoodWe mother company. And yes, we boast of giving you a turnkey solution, which is basically intelligent. It's an ecosystem energy resource. GoodWe will give you inverters, batteries, monitoring solutions, which is smart, intelligent, to keep track of how much you're consuming from the grid, in case you have the grid, how much you're storing, and how much you're consuming from the batteries. The batteries are also GoodWe. How much you're generating from the panels. If you take the GoodWe BIPV panels, then yes, the BIPV's generation will be tracked by the GoodWe products. In case you're doing third-party panels, then yes, we can still keep track of your generation from the third-party panels. How much you're consuming from your loads and how smart you can control what's consuming from the inverters or the solution you've installed, the GoodWe solution. So GoodWe offers a turnkey solution of this, and on all this, you'll be monitoring it comfortably in your smart energy management system. And basically, this is just a pictorial view of what we'll offer. The inverter itself, the battery, the EV charger, we have the heat pumps, and we have an inverter that is smart enough to disconnect, or let me say smart control particular loads in your house. We also have even a more advanced control system like the EMS gateway, which is AI driven. We have our own updated smart SEMS Plus, very easy to let me say navigate, easy display, very user friendly. So all this is basically GoodWe solution, a turnkey solution for your homes. And the same applies for the industries as well. So let me jump into the main topic of this webinar, which will be focused on the GT series, which is a commercial and industrial on-grid solution. So what we offer right now, just released into the market after a number of feedback from the African continent, the product that we are offering into the market is called the GT series. The product, or let me say the rating of this inverter is an on-grid, let me say grid-tied inverter, string inverter, 100 kilowatt, 110 kilowatt, maximum is 125 kilowatt, a three-phase MPPTs 8 to 10 MPPTs, so gives you flexibilities on using different orientations in terms of ground mounts, in terms of the roof orientation or directions. For every MPPT, you get up to 2 inputs per string, so you can actually maximize in terms of oversizing your PV. It's low cost investment, it's affordable. We have an optional, but basically the ARC-Fold, we call it the AFCI 3.0. So the AFCI is called, that's an acronym for ARC-Fold Circuit Interrupter. We offer this as an option, but I would nudge you to take this as a mandatory feature because it comes with more benefits. You will be able to sense arcs on your strings, on your inputs, to prevent fire hazards in terms or in from the PV inputs. That's the AFCI 3.0. It's AI driven. So we can sense arcs very long, or let me say far away from the inverter, up to 200 meters from the inverter. Very low surges, we can still sense this before it gets into the dangerous levels. So AFCI. PID, potential induced degradation for your panels, is also optional for those who are doing in the hot and humid conditions. Reactive power at night. If you have issues in terms of power factor values, then you can offset this during the night and restore your power factor to the required standards. We have the smart cooling technology. Our fans are smart, so less noise from our products. We only increase the speed or reduce the speed depending on the temperature of the inverter. The GT series is also outdoor, fully outdoor, IP66. So basically you can mount it under the PV panels and still be within the warranties. It's elegant, as you can see from the photo. It's light, compact. So depending on, or let me say, comparing to other products, then our products are actually compact, less size, less mounting structure required. And yeah, the weight is also within the manageable range. Efficiency is also high, 99.0%. And because you'd like to offset your losses on the DCs in terms of generation, or even generate more during the day, we have up to 150% DC oversize. Interacting with the GT series is very simple. So as I told you, this is an upgrade from the feedback, feedback from the African continent. We've moved the DC switch from the bottom side of the inverter to the, let me say, the left side of the inverter. This allows you to basically see or note the status of your MPPTs simply by just staying upright. You don't need to bend to see which MPPTs are on, which are off. The DC switch are on the side. The size is compact. You can see the dimension, compact for 100 or even to 125 kilowatt. We have LEDs at the front to give you the status of the inverter. The connections of the power channels, the inputs and the outputs are all at the bottom and the side. We have a different or even a number of communication cables from the inverter to other controllers or even the GoodWe controller. And you can see this is very simple but high-tech solution for the C&I market. With the GT series, if you're doing or even expanding, because most of the C&I or the commercial industrial market does a lot of big size of PV plants. If you're going towards bigger size of PV plants, then we have the control box. The GoodWe control box for the GT series called the SEC 3000. That is the control box for the GT series. In it, so this control box is manufactured by GoodWe. So inside the control box, basically I'll tell you which is in the upcoming slide. But in a nutshell, the GoodWe control box allows you to communicate in various or even flexible way. Using the Ethernet cable, using the RS-485 cable, you can do up to 60 devices. Various accessories already inside in it. IP rating for outdoor conditions. You can do dynamic, active, reactive power compensation, real-time monitoring, and you can also do export power control, whether it's net metering or zero export power control. So what's inside the SEC 3000 CE control box? you'll get all this. So GoodWe gives you a turnkey solution. You have the surge protection devices. You have the terminal box. You have the MCBs, the breakers. You have the data logger. You have the Ethernet switch. You have the smart meter. So this is a turnkey solution for your C&I. All you need to do is just connect the inverter to this control box and everything is set. Your inverter and your current transformer connected to this, you're good to go. It's an outdoor for three-phase solutions for the C&I GT series. Now, with the two products, we just mentioned what we have for the C&I latest with feedback working correctly. I'll showcase a number of case references. We have a number of application scenarios that has been used in the African market. So one of the application scenario is in case you are installing the GoodWe GT series and you have other GoodWe C&I inverters. If you are within this scenario, you can still achieve this because the GoodWe SEC 3000 has a number of communication ports. Each communication ports can be connected to different inverter series. What you see in front of you, we have the option of using the SDT Generation 3 GT series, the SMT Generation 2, all of them connected to the same controller, all of them working optimally and being monitored with the same monitoring portal. So you can connect different models of GoodWe inverters to the same controller, SEC 3000C. Now, options in how you can limit. So just a point, a technical break. In case you have questions, just jump into the Q&A. Post your questions. Feel free to post your questions as I keep presenting, and we'll be tackling your questions right after. Jumping back in, export power limitation is a big topic in the African market. We have two options. You can either connect the GoodWe smart meter, it's called the GM330, directly to the GT series, and with this function, you can able to monitor your grid in camera cable. Export power limiting, net power limiting, selling to the grid, all these can be achieved with the GoodWe smart meter and the GT series. If you're doing more than one inverter, GT series, then yes, we'll require to do the circuit C control box, and you can do up to 60 inverters in a single plant. So that's the export power limitation. The next application scenario is with the PV panels. Now, what we've noticed is that the PV power panels are increasing with the ratings and efficiency. Now, the GT series has the capability of allowing up to 21 amps per string. This is basically 42 amps for every MPPT. Each MPPT has two inputs of strings. When you take this rating, it allows you to connect the bifacial high power panels to the inverter and even oversize the inverter, making it comfortable to accommodate the latest panels, even the old model panels. That is the high tech that we've done with the GT series. High power panels still connecting with the GT series. And compatibility with third-party systems. We have different countries that still install, or let me say they install the diesel generators. They would like to reduce their fuel consumption from the diesel generators. And yes, you can install the GT series as well as third-party diesel generator controllers like all what you can see from the list. With this, the GT series is very comfortable. You can monitor this with the same portal and at the same time reduce your consumption from the diesel generator. In case you need any assistance in which kind of controllers are compatible, then feel free to reach out. I will be displaying my contacts at the end of the webinar. Another application for the GT series is the MPPTs. I mentioned this before. We have up to 8 to 10 MPPTs, different orientation, whether it's roof mount, ground mount. With this function, you can increase your efficiency, increase your generation in a day. The temperatures in Africa are a bit high, and you can see the derating temperature for GT series is up to the 50 degrees Celsius. We have the optional, in case you're doing installation in the hot saline area, mostly the coastline, the optional corrosion level 5 is optional. You can do this with the GT series. And we have the inbuilt surge protection device uh, pro products with the GT series, even type 1 for the SPDs. So it's optional which kind of levels of protection that you want to do with the surge protection devices. Arcful circuit interruption. Up to 200 meters, response time is very short. So be assured that in case you have loose connections on the roof, which leads to arcs, or even punctured cables on the roof, which lead to arcs, the inverter itself will be sensing these arcs up to 200 meters away and goes to standby and alerts you that we have arcs on your strings. So quick and precise response with the AFCI Arc Fault Circuit Interrupter version 3.0. Another optional feature which you've seen from the coastal region or even the islands and hot and humid and saline conditions, we have the optional potential induced degradation feature, PID, recovery. In this sense, if your panels are degrading because of the weather, hot and humid weather, then at night, the inverter will be charging the strings from the negative sides up to 600 volts to restore the generation, or let me say the generation capacity of the panels. Come the next day, then your panels will be generating to maximum, restored their peak generation capacity. That is the PID recovery function. Oversizing is also another feature that we focus on with the GT series. As you can see, we can oversize up to 50% of the inverter rating. In comparison, how is it important or how does it affect your plants? For the GT series, if you oversize by 50%, you have most of the time you'll be generating up to 10% additional on the AC output. So 1.5 megawatt peak of PV panels hooked onto the GT series, which is 1 megawatt, you'll be getting 1.1 megawatt. Compare this to other competitors, you'll be getting a constant. Whether you oversize or not, your output will be constant, 1 megawatt. So we have a 10% beneficial factor that we have given the oversizing capacity that the GT comes with. Generation-wise, Africa needs to be, let me say your clients, whether it's PPA or just the outright purchase of your PV plants, all of them focus on the generation per day. So how are we going to tap into the high generation in a single day? So in a single day, the GT series will start up earlier compared to other products. So the minimum of 200 volts in a string is enough to start up the inverter. And this allows the inverter to start generating and keep generating till the late evening. So this allows you to get enough generation up to 5% higher, 0.5% higher compared to other brands. So our setup volt is 200 volts from the strings. Various communication methods, or let me say configuration methods, monitoring methods. The GTCs allows you to monitor through the Wi-Fi. This is wireless. Through the local area network, this is wired. So optional features, we also have the Bluetooth feature. This is also another third option for the GT series. So it allows you flexible ways in how you can set up your system for mission and as well as monitor your commercial and industrial PV plant. And if you're doing very large PV plants, then at this time you'll be mostly focusing on the Modbus RT or the RS-45 communication. When you include the GT series and the SEC3000 control box, you can do up to 60 inverters. And the distance between the control box, the SEC3000 and the EasyLogger 3000. See, SEC3000 and the GT series can be up to 1,000 meters. So with the C&I, this is a robust communication method, up to 1,000 meters between the control box and the GT series. And when you do this, all of this will be comfortably monitored using the SAMS Plus version 2. We launched the SAMS Plus version 1 last year. Now this is version 2, a better improved. It is freely available on your App Store, on your Play Store. It covers all, or let me say it monitors all the GoodWe products. The heat pumps, the inverters, the batteries, all these are monitored using the SAMS portal. You can get your mobile version of monitoring. You can get it in desktop or the web version. The application is available for the distributors, the GoodWe distributors, authorized distributors, the installers, as well as the end users. So over 20,000 sites are already being monitored using the SAMS Plus monitoring portal. Flexibility of the GT series, as we know, there are other monitoring portals that are being preferred because of various reasons. This is not a hindrance with the GT series. Why is this? Because using the SAMS Plus monitoring portal, you can still integrate the GoodWe monitoring portal with other third-party for monitoring portals. So this is through the API integration. So the API integration is free of charge, only available to the GoodWe distributors and the EPCs that are largely distributing GoodWe. So through the API, you can monitor the same GoodWe products and plans with through other third-party monitoring portal. And in case you're doing any localized monitoring, then we do have applications that, let me say, solutions that can use SCADA and other monitoring solutions, protocols, the IEC 104, Modbus TCP, and the likes, just to keep you in touch of, let me say, localized solutions and what you need for your various localized products in terms of PV installations. For those who are monitoring whether, let me say, the performance ratio of your plants, then the SEC 3000C allows you to connect weather stations, weather monitoring stations, to keep track of the weather in terms of wind speed, direction, irradiance, temperatures, humidity, and the likes, as long as you are communicating through the Modbus RTU cable towards your SEC 3000C communication cable. So this performance ratio can be monitored through the SAMS Plus monitoring portal. And basically, I'll play a short video to showcase to you what kinds of test conditions that we put the GT series through before we actually launch the product into the African market. So this will take just a few minutes.
For inverters, stability and reliability are not optional. They are the standards we consistently uphold. To ensure that each device can operate stably, even in the most demanding environments, we have developed an extremely rigorous testing process for them. The high and low temperature test serves as a vital measure of the inverter's performance under adverse temperature conditions. This test ensures that the inverter can rise to the challenge of any global climate, no matter how extreme. Whether enduring the scorching 60 Celsius degrees heat of desert landscapes or withstanding the frigid minus 35 Celsius degrees cold of polar regions, the inverter can work properly. Rigorously validated, it defies environmental fluctuations, consistently delivering reliable and long-lasting energy support for users. Moisture is the nemesis of electronic devices. In the 85-85 test, the inverter must continuously operate for over 100 hours at 85 Celsius degree and 85% humidity to simulate high temperature, high humidity conditions, ensuring its durability in harsh environments. Through this test, we ensure that the device does not fail due to moisture or drastic temperature changes, significantly enhancing its fatigue resistance and durability. We tested the inverter's noise levels under different load conditions to ensure compliance with regulations and GoodWe standards. This guarantees a quiet operation, offering a more comfortable user experience without disturbing the environment. During transportation and everyday use, vibration and impact are common challenges. Through vibration and impact tests, we simulate the physical stresses the equipment might face during handling and transportation. After testing, we ensure that all components of the inverter remain intact and continue to function normally. When installed near the coast, where the air is rich in salt, prolonged exposure can lead to corrosion and compromised performance, making corrosion resistance crucial. Through an extensive 200-hour salt spray test, we simulate the high salinity environment of coastal areas, ensuring the inverter can effectively withstand the corrosive effects of salt and moisture. Whether facing heavy rain outdoors or a dust-filled environment, the equipment must possess robust protective capabilities. Through testing, we verify the inverter's waterproof and dustproof performance, ensuring that its critical internal components are not compromised by external environmental factors, thus guaranteeing long-term stable operation. Highly accelerated live testing, or HAL testing, is a comprehensive assessment for extreme and harsh environments. We subject the equipment to extreme temperatures and intense vibrations to identify potential design weaknesses and make improvements. This test not only ensures that the inverter can withstand the most demanding conditions, but also enhances the overall reliability of the device. For extreme temperatures to high humidity, from physical impact to dust and water resistance, every inverter undergoes rigorous testing to ensure it consistently serves you under all conditions. GoodWe is not just a piece of equipment. It is a symbol of stability and reliability, earning the trust of every user. GoodWe. Stable, reliable, consistent as always.
Yes, that was a brief showcasing of the tests that we take our products through. For example, the GT series, ensuring that the products of high quality in terms of transportation, in terms of installation, in terms of handling the environment itself and usability of the product. So it's actually top notch. That's why we are winning awards from awards of quality of our products and solution. Apart from that, assuring of our testing, let me say, testing of steps. We have a number of certification from our product lines, the ISO certification, and our labs are actually anti-static. So basically, that's why we actually swap our products. So in case you have a faulty, that is, rarely do we have faulty products, but for after sales issues, we just swap the product with another GoodWe product, ensuring that our product is actually repaired within the anti-static GoodWe plant. So the case references across Africa for the GT series, we have 1 megawatt in Kenya, Nairobi, C&I. The inverter installed is the 125 kilowatt GT series. So 8 pieces of the inverter that is installed just to reduce the consumption of the factory from the incoming grid, increasing the profitability from the manufacturing that is happening. So that's one case references in Kenya. We have another in Kenya as well. It's a 100 kilowatt single piece GT hooked to a GM330 GoodWe smart meter. Similarly, this is just to reduce consumption from the grid, allow the end user to get more profitable benefits from installing the GoodWe GT series PV plant. If North Africa, we have more countries, and one of those countries is actually South Africa. 1.2 megawatt peak using the GT 125 kilowatt to offset. Basically, most of the grid tie system are to offset the consumption from the grid and make it more profitable, to run the factories. So that actually sums up the case references that we have with the GT series. So yeah, Caroline.
Yeah, thank you very much, Patrick, for taking us through the GT series. Definitely, the GT is a life changer in the CNI solar space. So I'll take this opportunity to call out the questions which you've written on the chat box or on the Q&A section. So we'll take at least 5 minutes or less to address any questions. So if at all you haven't shared any questions, please feel free to ask any questions that you could have in regards to the topic we've addressed today, which is the CNI Grid Tie, the GT series. I have a question from Tanya. Hey, will we receive the recording at the end of the webinar? Yes, I'll take up that question, Patrick. So for all webinars, we normally record them and we'll share the webinar recording specifically for this webinar during the course of the week. And all our webinar recordings are available on our YouTube page on GoodWe Solar Academy, GoodWe Solar Academy. And I've also shared the link to our YouTube page on the webinar chat box. Okay. Any other questions which you may have? This is the best opportunity to speak up. If you'd like to speak, just raise your hand and I'll allow you to talk. So we'll take one more minute to allow for any questions which you may have. Okay, yeah. Patrick, I think we can proceed. We don't have any more questions.
Okay, for sure. So what we do from GoodWe or as GoodWe is we do have the weekly webinars. So for this case, we just handle one of the products that we have in the African market, which is the GT series. And next week we'll be hosting another webinar, same time for the African market, which will be on the residential hybrid product. And with me, I'm joined with Daniel, who's I think Daniel, yes, you can jump in.
Hello, everyone, and I'm Daniel Macharia, Technical Pre-Sales Engineer East Africa. I would like to welcome you to next week webinar, same time on 3rd of February, which will be on a Tuesday. We'll be discussing more on the low voltage three-phase inverters and our GoodWe batteries, that is the low voltage batteries, BAT 14 and the Link-C batteries. Then let's make the old green together. So welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Daniel. I'm also showcasing or I'm displaying the contacts, which you could feel free to reach out. That's my email. That's my WhatsApp number. We also have accounts like the LinkedIn. We have the Facebook. You can scan the QR codes and feel free to follow us, and you'll be getting updates from these website accounts. So yeah, that's all from my end. Unless Caroline.
Yeah, just a quick reminder that what we've presented today on the GT series, we have this product products available locally in Kenya. And if at all you have any project which is within the neighboring countries in Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, whenever you are in Africa, we are able to have these products availed for your upcoming Sendai site. So feel free to engage Patrick Osiemo using the contacts displayed on your screen. And also, we are very active on our socials. So we have our GoodWe LinkedIn page, which serves the Middle East and Africa region. When you scan the QR code, you'll have the opportunity to have a look at the events which will be posting during the course of this year, the trainings or webinars similar to this one. We are also posting it on our LinkedIn. So kindly follow us on our LinkedIn so that you get to know what GoodWe is up to. And also follow us on our GoodWe Facebook page. We also post our local case studies and more exciting news. For more information on the products which we have our website handle www.goodwe.com. Feel free to visit and get to learn more about our solutions. And I think one more thing, Patrick, do mention the warranty of the product before we close.
For sure. So we do have the GT series comes with a standard 5-year warranty, but you can extend this warranty up to a maximum 20 years. So additional 15 years extension on the warranty of the GT series.
All right. Okay, sure. Thank you very much for joining us for this webinar session today. And we look forward to engaging with you online, engaging with you on phone calls, and engaging with you on email. And we wish you a very productive year ahead and keep it GoodWe.
Thank you. Have a good day. Feel free to reach out through the contacts displayed.
All right. Given the closing remarks, I'll proceed to end the webinar. So after the webinar, you'll receive a very brief survey. I kindly request that you fill in the 2 questions so that we get to know your feedback on the webinars and also to see how best we can serve you. Thank you very much and have a good day. Thank you, Patrick. Goodbye.